Hello, I'm Jake, and welcome back to my lounge. After my first introduction video where I took you through the general tour of what I call my lounge, I said I was going to do a musician spotlight on Willie Nelson, and as I was preparing that, it occurred to me maybe I should do an explanation of how my musician spotlights are going to work and what they're going to be all about. So, I'm not doing this channel because I'm a self-appointed authority on the enjoyment of music. I just want to share what I like and what my experience with the music has been, and hopefully you'll share back. And when you do, let's just always try and keep it positive. Now, I love watching music documentaries as well, and a great one that's available on YouTube right now is Sound City. Dave Grohl did this about 8 years ago, and there's some really great stuff on there that you should definitely check out. Now, there were two quotes on that documentary that really struck a chord with me and were kind of the beginning of considering doing a YouTube channel. The first is from Tom Petty, someone who will be a musician spotlight here. And he says, music really isn't supposed to be perfect. It's all about people relating to each other and doing something that comes from the soul. Now, Tom might have been referring to just members of the band and those he was working with to create albums, but I think he was probably also talking about people relating to the music that he creates as fans. This is well bookended by Keith Olsen, who is a prolific music producer and is highlighted in the documentary quite a bit. He actually just died last year, and he says about the producer's job is really easy. He's the vehicle to get the artist's creativity onto the tape in a way that's accessible to his market, to his fans. You have to get the listener to claim what you've done as theirs. And that really connected with me because that's really the way I feel. I'm not a musician. I've dabbled piano, guitar, and things like that, and really haven't taken off too much. But I really thoroughly love music. And so I kind of piggyback on all of these different artists and the different genres to get that enjoyment. So I want to be an active vinyl enthusiast contributor to the ever-expanding community that's on YouTube. Now, my vinyl collection is probably small by most standards, but I'm adding to it every month. In fact, I think right now I have about 5 albums that are pending delivery. Many of my videos will be about a specific artist or band, or maybe a collection of artists that I think have some type of particular relationship with one another. And this is how I'm going to select my musicians. Number one, I really like them. So I'm really never going to refer to anything as my singular favorite. For me, favorite means that you like it more than anything else. And that's not really how it works for me. I don't have a favorite genre of music or a favorite movie or a favorite hobby. There's just a lot of things that I really enjoy. Now, the next thing will be if they're new or they're different. One thing that I love about the world of vinyl and music is discovering artists and albums that are forgotten or rare. I like to explore new genres. Jazz is getting a lot of attention, or had a lot of attention for a long time within vinyl, and so I'm trying to see what all the fuss is about. And so I've acquired several very well-regarded jazz albums. So I want to share what I really like, and then I would also like you to share with me what you like and why. And we can use YouTube as a way to kind of learn from each other. And then another thing is nostalgia. So I just turned 44. Vinyl was a very normal way for us to enjoy music growing up. In fact, later this year, I've already got planned to do a Christmas album episode. Nothing seems to be more nostalgic than listening to Christmas during the Christmas season on vinyl. It really seems to go hand in hand. Now, I'm never going to be able to buy everything I want. When I first started to get back into vinyl, I visited a guy's home that was selling some records, and he said he had over 10,000 albums. This wasn't a huge house, but it pretty much filled up his entire house. So I've got to apply some discretion when I purchase records. One of the things that I really, really enjoy about vinyl is it's physical. You can get your hands on it. You can smell it. Maybe even taste it if you need to. These gatefolds are a lot of fun. I love getting my hands on an album that maybe is 50 years old or older, especially when they're in fantastic condition, and it just makes you wonder, who's owned this album over the years, how they enjoyed it, or maybe they haven't seen the light of day in many years. I just love that idea. I've had music collections on CD. I remember the good old days of Napster when you could just download anything you wanted and burn it onto a CD. My CD collection, the vast majority of it was stolen out of my car many years ago, and I went into MP3s. You can get tens of thousands of songs on just a little device. I happen to have the Zune platform for many years. That didn't end so well. That was a little frustrating when that all kind of blew up. But then I've gotten into vinyl, and I really love that, having that physical copy. And it's a finite number of albums that are available. It's true, some albums they manufactured millions and millions of them, and they're not that hard to get. But there are a finite number of them, and now they're doing a lot of re-releases with some limited edition releases, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. They're selling out very quickly. The value of those albums goes up because there's scarcity involved. And I really kind of enjoy that about vinyl. So what really is getting me excited is not just enjoying the music I'm familiar with, but finding those gold mines of music that artists and producers poured their heart and soul into, and that I can claim as my own. So with that, that's how my musician spotlights are going to work. And we'll have that first one up here very shortly. Enjoy.